Hi, my name is Moon Title. I'm the co-director of the Women's Wellness Circle and also the founder of my practice, Presence Heals. And today we had our monthly coaching call in the Women's Wellness Circle membership community. And the theme of the call was on sustaining health and well-being. And one of the conversations that came up in our circle today was some of the women were sharing the experience of how scary it can feel to be well and how disconcerting it can feel to come through a time of incredible illness where all parts of your personality and your life kind of fall away. And then you come through that into this unknown. So your health and vitality start coming back up and you don't quite know who you are or how you want your life to be. And so we talked about that and we shared about that and we shared some practices and there was some community connection that happened because that's a common experience that women have as their or anyone, but we work with women in the Women's Wellness Circle, that people have as they are journeying through these powerful transformational times of illness and recovery back into health. And yeah, so some of the things the women were sharing was how scary it is to be well again and to try to re-envision like who am I, what is my life, how do I want my life to be. And I mean it's interesting, kind of in the heart of illness, those fears might be in the background of the subconscious, but they're certainly not front and present. It's just I want to feel better, I want my life back. And then you go through a lot of transition, transformation, and change, and you have your life back, and kind of then what? And then also, does the fear of getting well become a block or an obstacle? The subconscious fear, again, because it's not in our conscious minds, most of us do want to be well, but it's getting in touch with those subconscious tendrils, thoughts, sensations, that tiny percent. So, like when I work with people, I often say, is there like a funny little voice that's kind of really quiet deep inside you that is saying something different than what the kind of the front consciousness of your being is saying? Like if I ask a question, are you afraid of such and such? Is there this small tiny voice that says, yeah, I kind of am? Because consciously, how many of us would step forward and say, yeah, I'm afraid to be fully well. I'm afraid to be fully alive, fully embodied, living my purpose with lots of energy and vitality. Most of us consciously wouldn't say, yeah, I am afraid to that question. So we're looking for those deeper subconscious places. And one of the powerful things that happens in community is we get to experience, when we take off the masks and we connect vulnerably with other women, which is what happens in our membership community and in our small groups and so on, is we get to discover, oh, there's a lot of other people having similar experiences to me. And those things that we kind of don't talk about, we start talking about them, and then we're able to drop those layers of shame, those layers of judgment, and really step into our own experience and hear, oh, when you were in a place like I'm in now, what did you try? Or, oh, we're both in the same place right now. What are you working with? What am I working with? What are we exploring? And to be able to just get real and say, yeah, I'm afraid and I don't know who I am at this point. That's one of the conversations that's been coming, and that's definitely my personal experience is through my journey with illness. Every part of who I was, I know some of you have heard me say this before, but it's this a big experience. Every part of who I was, all my structures of personality, my friendship connections, my family connections, my outer life, my work, um, what gave me meaning, joy, and purpose, and passion, and creativity, and fun in the world, like everything fell away. I had one of those experiences of losing like all of that kind of at the same time, and not knowing who I was, and the basic things that made me me weren't there anymore. And I'm still in this journey of kind of rediscovering who I am. And yeah, for many of us, that's a lifetime journey. And for some people, you have a more solid sense of your personality and who you are. And for me, it's been different. And for many of the women in the circle, that's been different. And one of the things that I find so helpful to think about and to live into and feel is to become comfortable in this place of not knowing, to become comfortable in the darkness and to really create that, like, I don't know who I am. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know what I want to do today or what I'm creating in my life, and to be comfortable in the void. Because in our culture, in our Western kind of um, colonized or civilized, whatever word you want to use, depending on your vantage point and your lens, structures, it's thought to be, okay, I have a plan. This is like what my life is going to be. I have a goal and I'm going to reach these goals. And to be in this place of like, I don't know who I am, so I might sit down to take like a Myers-Briggs personality test. And I'm like, well, this is who I used to be before I was sick. This is who I was in my illness. I could answer every question on both ends of the spectrum. And I kept sitting with, well, then who am I? Who am I? And to become comfortable with, I am all of these things. I am all of these aspects. Like my personality is dynamic and changing. My beingness is dynamic and changing. I shift and change with the seasons, with the tides of the moon, with the cycles of my own body, with the energies moving through the world. And I'm down for the exploration into beingness. I'm down to explore who I am. I'm down to make mistakes. I'm down to change and grow. And as my good friend Holly often says, to be perfectly imperfect. um, so that's just what I wanted to share with you. I'm just kind of closing up for the evening and getting ready to go have dinner with my friend who's turning 65. We're having an outside porch dinner to celebrate his birthday. And I was just reflecting on the day and thinking about how grateful I am to be in this awesome community of women who are sharing their wisdom and experiences and sharing the rawness of what they're treading through. So if you're treading through a time where you're not quite sure who you are, or you're scared of becoming, growing into who you are, and you're scared of living your purpose, or you're scared about being fully well, I wish you all the supports that you need on your path. And if you want to come join us at the Women's Wellness Circle in our membership community and meet other women like you, or come into one of our small groups, we'd love to have you and support you on your path. Again, my name is Moon Title. I'm the co-director of the Women's Wellness Circle, which can be found at womenswellnesscircle.com, and presenceheals.com is my private practice. Good night.